we're back. Let's go and talk to Ferdinando, shall we?
Closed. Are we in the right place? Anyone home? No one.
Papers in Miller's name. We're in the right place.
Keep looking. He's organized.
Disorganized traders lose money.
Vardy reads English extensively.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Deed of ownership. Herewith remarked to confirm that ownership of the store heretofore known as the property of Masters Rebecca Hargrave now passes entirely and without encumbrance to Ferdinando Miller, confirmed by the relevant legal authority, meaning me, to be registered as is required when circumstances permit. Piece of wood carved in the form of an amulet, but not yet finished.
He's making protective amulets.
He's making useless trinkets.
And he works hard to keep it away.
What is he afraid of? What don't we know?
Hey, Chucky, how you doing? The wait screen is quite crowded. That's all right. I haven't changed it for quite some time. Oh, hang on. Right, I need to do that, and then go around. Fine. Let's go around.
Surprisingly high quality wares.
Can't be many left in New Eden with the means to buy.
June 18th, Ingersoll Shop Luggage and Jewellery Box, 5 and 50. June 19th, Blacksmith Luggage and Furniture, 7 and 9. Ingersoll Shop Rebecca's Painting and Portrait, 3 and 10. Blacksmith Rebecca's Calligraphy Kit, 1 and 4. But he sold her stuff.
Surprisingly well for himself.
Where did he get the inventory?
Rebecca Hardgrave's will. Last will and testament. Testament. I, Mistress Rebecca Hardgrave, in the town of New Eden, being of sound mind and firm intention, bequeath to Ferdinando Miller, in eventuality of my death, my entire estate, including but not limited to the following items: 1 jewellery box, paintings and mirror, a collection of books, all baggage and their contents, a calligraphy set, sundry furniture, any and all cash money as held in my possession or in my business or with any bank, etc.
Rebecca's will. She was rich. She left him the lot.
That's where he got the inventory.
No. The list matches his sales record.
Touch my money and I'll drop you. What are you doing here? Thieving, no doubt.
I'm no thief, Mr. Miller. I'm the Banisher. I brought Helen Priest back to the fort.
A banisher?
Second playthrough, Chucky. Nice.
Thieves lie. How do you know my name?
'Tis my business to know. Red McCraith.
If you are a banisher of ghosts, I have business for you. I'll pay.
Aye. I know about Rebecca. It was she who sent me to find you. She worries for you. Says she loves you.
The English have a word for that. Hogshite.
If not for love, why did she bequeath you her fortune?
Whichever. It matters not. You're a banisher. It is your job to get rid of her. Can you not just do your work?
Easy, Mr. Miller. Now, I'll need to examine Rebecca's belongings.
I sold them. All of them.
You did? To who?
I don't know. People. I wrote it down. In the register. Read it, if you wish.
2 recent sales to the blacksmith and to Ingersoll's store.
A storekeeper hears much. What do you hear, Mr. Miller?
I'm a busy man. If you've a question to ask, then ask it.
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
He has no problem with me. I have no problem with him. He respected Rebecca's wishes. He gave me what was mine. My freedom. Her estate. He saw me as a man and signed the papers to say so. And when them who saw different complained, he laid down the law.
Interesting.
What think you of Helen Priest?
I don't think of Ellen Priest. I stay out of her way. I hope she'll stay out of mine.
How are things in the fort, by your estimation?
Look around you. Things are desperate. Have you heard the sound of their bodies crashing against the wood? I am a man of courage. I have endured much. But this, it undoes me. I don't know what you people have done to this country, but there's little hope and no way out.
Dark, isn't it?
You've put quite the effort into protecting your home, haven't you?
You poked about my house without my say-so.
I know my business. So out of generosity, here's the truth. None of it works. Not the wreath, not the amulet. None of it works. Pretty, though.
His brooch is working.
It works. She hasn't come back. I can sleep now. I hear her calling, whispering my name. I wait to find her at my bedside. Our eyes meet. She stares. She won't leave me alone. She's an Akishi, a demon. Banish her. I'll pay you.
I need a job. I accept. Farewell to you, Mr. Miller, sir.
You know where to find me. If you're buying, I'm selling.
He'd sold it all. Everything she'd owned. And fast.
Is he wiping the slate clean and moving on?
If we track her things down, perhaps they'll tell us.
First, let's see if we can sneak into... right, hang on. Why can't... Oh, the gate isn't open, that's why. There's... It's a way through over there. I don't know how to get to it. Okay. Avada Kedavra paint. What? It's definitely my favourite thing to use, but of course it is.
Banisher?
Ferdinando Miller sold you a few things recently, right? May I have a look?
You may, yes. Though I doubt they'd be much use to you. Unless you've got a knack for art. Mr. Miller mostly sold me paintings. You can't miss them, they're the only ones I have.
Yeah.
I must take my leave.
And may God go with you.
Oh.
Pretty. The work, I mean.
Not our ghost eye, though. Let's try the forge.
It's in here. Crusacious curse is up there too. Didn't I read that?
A note?
Let's see.
Joseph, I received the things you owed me. They're good. I thought you were a liar. It seems you were not. Rebecca's slave, Ferdinando, was not satisfied with his dead mistress's fortune. By Pennington's order, he's a free man now, and a merchant to boot. He was her slave. This shite shall be the end of us, mark me. Anyway, we are quits, you and I. Until we shuffle cards in the barrack with the men, I'll fleece you then once more. Okay, Joseph's got them.
Ferdinando was a slave. She was his owner.
She kept that quiet, as if it were of no consequence. We know where to go. The barrack room.
Interesting. Let's have a look. To Rebecca's wealth. She's not haunting him because he owes her, or because she's haunting him because he loves her. Or she loves him.
An echo from the past drifts.
That quill. Bet that's what we're looking for.
I only recognize my name in the list.
Distant family, but I can't disinherit them.
I would never ask you that. To have met you is already more than I ever expected. If I was to lose you, God forbids, I'd cherish all that reminds me of you.
If you were to lose me, all that I own would now be yours.
Oh, it was a con. To get his freedom.
He claimed not to love her. Why lie?
The beautiful swan's feather, pure and white, with which Rebecca Hargrave signed her will. This tie is doused for the essence of its ghost. Once its closure is severed, the ghost's bond to the world. This essence will be automatically consumed by Antia to mark her stronger.
Maybe he didn't lie. Maybe he pretended to love her.
Let's see what he has to say about it.
Right. Thing that I saw.
Banisher?
Folk talk about you. About your past.
I know what they say. They say I am a murderer. They are wrong. As she lay dying, Rebecca Hargrave gave me my freedom. Before that, I was her slave.
How very romantic.
If it weren't for the captain, the good people of New Eden would have let me die too.
Rebecca was in love with you. The feeling was not mutual. True?
I was her pet. A dog nuzzling its master, hoping she might loosen its leash. She loved me, she said. I allowed her to think I loved her back. I sat up and begged and let her pet me. I was a very good boy.
You gulled her, then took advantage.
To a slave, a crumb of freedom tastes like a loaf. You'd have done no different. And I'd do the same again.
You didn't treat him very
Enough
badly.
chitter-chatter. Perhaps you should get back to work. What am I paying you for?
I'm a banisher, Mr. Miller, not a rat catcher. Ghosts were human. They're emotional, full of hopes and fears about the past and the future too. To find out what ties the ghost to the living and end the haunting, I must know the story. You want me to finish the job? Then the story must be told. The ghost must manifest.
I do not like this idea. This idea can shit itself 6 times by sundown.
Come on, break the brooch and let's get it over with.
No choice remains. Let it be done. And I'll be done with it!
Vardy, you're here at last.
Step no closer!
I don't understand. Are you not glad to see me?
Now, Banisher! End this!
Not now. You need to hear the truth, both of you. That reminds me. Rebecca, you omitted to tell us that Ferdinando was your slave. That you owned him.
I loved him.
I was a slave! I was not free to leave. What kind of love is that?
What are you saying? We loved each other.
Love? No. I told my master what she wanted to hear. I gulled her with a lie. I thought you a fool. But no, you believed me because you wanted to. Yet you didn't believe me, did you? Not entirely. That's why you never freed me.
I loved you, and you loved me. It was but a piece of paper. A piece of paper and a guarantee. I needed a guarantee.
You don't know what love is. You know only fear. You feared being undesired, being unnoticed, being alone.
True love requires you to let go.
This is true.
Time to give this love story an ending.
She was misguided. I'm not blaming Ferdinando Miller. He didn't kill her. She loved him, but he didn't love her back.
Rebecca Hardgrave, your love for Vardy Miller is sincere but unwanted. You're hurting him. Let him go.
Is it wrong to wish to spend your life with the man you love?
You did spend your life with him. Now your life is over.
He was mine. I wanted to keep him. Was I wrong?
You don't own him. You can't own him.
Let go. Find peace.
Peace? She gets peace? After all she did?
I get peace, but you get your freedom. I was wrong. I'm sorry, Vardy. For everything.
Farewell.
I think that was the right choice. He didn't kill her. She gave him what he wanted. Even if it was achieved through the wrong reasons.
She deserves no peace. She put me through hell. You don't care, Banisher. Just one more mad master in a madder world.
Oh, we didn't like that.
What do you want?
You'll forgive me for this, but being a merchant here in New Eden seems a difficult calling.
I can't decide if you keep asking me that because you're judging me, or because you're judging New Eden. I suggest you judge New Eden. I have goods. I have money. Land too, though it's worthless now. I work hard. Why wouldn't I trade? The captain has no problem with it, and neither should you.
I don't have a problem with it.
Farewell to you, Mr. Miller, sir.
Don't hurry back.
Well, up your bum. Oh, right here now. I don't think that was a good answer, though.
Could be worse. Could be underground.
Bible. Yep. I think we can upgrade some stuff. Damage defeating an enemy with I'm gonna go with that one. Perfect switch attack. So, okay, so it goes. Right. Let's upgrade some stuff. Let's try this one. Defeating an enemy with a manifestation increase damage light attack. Next. Each weak spot hit, right? Let's upgrade that. Cool. Cool. Damage. Let's upgrade that. Cool. Wait, I can upgrade it to 5. Really? Awesome. Damage taken equal to some. No. Let's do that one. Gunner, Wanderer, Ethereal Garb. Steam. Thank you. Oh. Excellent. Picking up all this stuff obviously helps. Oh, I feel. Shots consumed and but deal 50% increased damage. Damage double anti is increased. Yeah, I quite like the fact that she does extra damage. I quite like that. Okay. Cool. Let's rest.
The new Smiths, Thick-Skin and Kate, have always been as fire and ice. But with Red and Antea gone, little remained to keep the sisters together. A chasm of grief and rage yawned between them. Their bridges burned, and the camp stared into the abyss.
Banishers, may I have a word?
Helen, something wrong?
Apologies for disturbing your rest. I'm afraid it can't wait. What did you think of the captain?
I saw an officer alone. A proud man turned to stone, perhaps by years of war. I saw a broken man.
I did not see the tyrant you described.
Inaction is tyranny. He will not act, but nobly get the hell out of the way.
I do not disagree, but the captain needs help.
I too was a soldier, broken and haunted. With Antea's help, I recovered. Pennington may need the same.
Leave Pennington to me. The good folk of the fort need your help. You are Banishers. The dead, you'll have noticed, hammer at the gates. I would like you to go into the mines and find out what enrages them so. I would like you to do what the captain will not.
And while we deal with the hordes of angry specters, what shall you be doing?
When the mines are purged, I'll oust Pennington.
How goes it with Sebastian?
I'm not sure. I had never let go of my grief. I was bereft, empty. His absence gave me substance. I clung to it. Useless, really. My husband died in the dark, with nothing but my handkerchief to soothe his last moments. And now, he's back. If each worthwhile thing in life is to be lived, and then when it is gone, to be grieved, then what now? I have to believe our love is enough.
Love or no, as long as Sebastian haunts you, you will never be safe. You must accept this.
Sebastian haunts me, you haunt Red. What's of safety when we can love a little longer?
Perhaps the meaning of our meeting is ours to define. Then time moves on.
Yes, 'tis a blessing and a curse. Yet against all reason, we persist. Let us make the most of time remaining.
Is it your belief that Pennington's quarantine lies at the heart of the problem here? That this is why the dead rage so?
What else? He walled them in. Miners, nurses, soldiers, the healthy or the sick. He buried them all, and then he lied about it. I'll brook his callous cowardice no more.
Much goes on around here, and you seem to know about all of it.
I'm not convinced.
I try, and I could do something about it if the captain was out of the way.
What brought you to New Eden?
I came with Sebastian, willingly, mind you. My father was a soldier. I knew there'd be travel. Sebastian courted me for 3 years. I swore when we married I'd follow him to the end of the earth. And here we are.
How's morale about the fort?
The fort has known better days. Not many, mind. It's always been miserable. Folk deserve better. They fought so hard and lost so much. The captain must show them a future.
He doesn't. The captain doesn't see a future. This is a problem.
Where do we go?
There is a second tunnel into the mines. The entryway was walled shut during the quarantine. Getting there will not be easy, but the barricade should fall without too much difficulty. After that, who knows?
Underground again. Wonderful.
If it soothes you, I too am taking a significant risk. The captain has a penchant for locking people up and leaving them to rot. Some years ago in New Eden town, the captain locked up an innocent woman. A fate I wish to avoid.
Oh. There's something in that.
Should go.
Then it's agreed. When you're ready, you'll investigate the mines. Take the hoist to the waterfall, near the outpost you first found me. From there, it is not far to the tunnel. Keep your wits and all your luck about you.
Interesting. Captain Pennant had an innocent woman jailed. Spectres in the mines bear a grudge against Captain Pennington. Okay.
An innocent woman jailed.
Yes.
It's barbaric. An officer must be just, or else it all unravels.
Helen is right. The truth lies down there, somewhere. This is no coincidence. This all connects back to the curse.
It does. Oh, hello. What's the blue thing?
I mean, as wolf pelts go, it's pretty. We'd have more than enough of them. Folk in Boston are not short of wolf pelt. What do I do with this?
You're a merchant. Sell it.
I'd sell sunshine to the Spanish, but that is not the problem. We've more than enough wolf. Bring me a bear, and we'll talk.
A bear?
I could get 20 pieces of 8 for a bear pelt, if it were in good condition. I'll pay you half that.
Half of 40 is 20. I'm the one risking my life out there. I'll take the 20.
It's a fabulous plan, and I'm so pleased you thought of it.
An excellent plan indeed. I see only one problem. There is no bear. Not out here. They're all gone. Gone to Boston, perhaps, to sell their pelts.
Well then, when they return, they shall be naked and rich, and I shall sell them wolf.
Okay, that was interesting. Wait, let's look at them up quickly. There's a haunting case just here. Oh, let's talk to the... Oh, hello. Can we go in here? Oh, it's the dude on the bridge. I'm going this way. Hello. Is this dude who dreams of ghosts?
You've saved our sorry asses, sir. Of that, there's no doubt. You've earned us a rare bit of rest, and that comes most welcome.
You all right, soldier? You look drop dead weary.
The dead don't sleep, do they? And me being asleep won't stop 'em coming.
Your comrades think you're too scared to sleep. You should prove them wrong.
I don't give 5 shites what they think. They may tend to their own duty while I tend to mine.
All bullshit aside, what's going on?
Oh, what do you care? I have my problems and you have yours, so let me handle myself. I ain't important, and I don't deserve no help. Wasted time helping me anyway.
You heard the man. He wants no help. I see no reason to force it on him. For now, at least.
How are folk doing? Fighting fit?
Well, they're farmers, most of them. Shopkeepers, house servants, hunters. We've one old soldier, but he's sick. Them who stand dead on their feet. Fighting fit, my arse. But we hold against the hordes of the dead. For now, leastways. The fight's not fair. That's it.
That's wrong. But we're doing our best to put it right.
Wherefore the paradise of New Eden, eh? What a hole we've made of it. Mind you, if we stop digging, we die.
Had any good scuttle lately?
I'll spill it if I have it, but be quick. I'm busy.
We've known an officer or 3, you and me. So, tell me about the captain.
In nigh on 20 years' service, I've not met a commander more efficient, nor one so relentless. Ever a pain in the ass, aye. But a good one. But that was then and this is now. He's not the man he was. Still a pain in the arse, mind.
Yeah, I can see
What
that.
think you now of Helen Priest?
Wow, she's like her husband. Only yet better. Command is in her blood. She reminds me of my old mum. The Queen of Topsfield Common, we used to call her. Born to give orders, she was. And you dare not disobey.
Did you know Sebastian Priest?
I surely did. Good man. Hell of a soldier. Had kingly ideals, but did not strut like a crow in the gutter. Hero is an ill-used tag. Oft misassigned. But Lieutenant Priest was a hero, and a proper one at that.
Peaceful watch to you.
Good day to you. Good day, mate. You Pennington's reinforcements?
Red McCraith, the Banisher. Sorry to disappoint.
Nah, too bad. We could use a fellow like you. Theodore Shepherd.
Ah,
Marksman,
read his
and
letters.
There are none better. I teach some of the lads here. Perhaps we could show you a thing or two.
I shoot well enough, thinking you.
Where did you learn to shoot, Mr. Shepherd?
In the war, mate.
King Philip's War.
Aye. Joined up soon as I came of age. Trotted off to war against the Indians. Shooting came natural. Once, I shot a man down from full 500 yards. How'd you like that? I'm a goddamn Lionheart, I am.
Sounds like
Tell
false
me about
bravado.
your world. Huh. Which bit?
How about Captain Pennington's bit of your world?
Captain? I don't know him. He keeps to himself, and I keep to mine. Tell the truth, I think he's losing it. Can't blame him, to be honest. You'd blame the curse, but he's always been a close-mouthed so-and-so. Been that way since he lost his wife and kid.
Pennington's family died.
I didn't say they died, though maybe they did. Either way, they're definitely gone, and the captain is the worse for it.
Interesting.
Helen Priest, tell me how she fits in your world.
They don't let women go to war, but for her, they should make an exception. Pity Pennington doesn't trust her far as he could throw her. I've fought side by side with many a good man. None are better than Helen Priest.
How about you tell me more about yourself?
Mate, all you need to know is I'm the finest shot this side of the wide blue sea. Priest and Pennington are too busy fighting to see it.
Seems a little overconfident.
I'll be on my way.
And may the way be good to you, mate.
He's friendly, but he's also... It's hard to put my finger on quite what's up with him. I genuinely don't know what it is. Oh, look, they've got a cannon in here. I wouldn't fire that, would you? Ooh.
I'd like to help him. Old soldier and all.
All right. Let's start with his billet.
Right. Andrew's things. Where are yous?
I read this earlier.
Banisher Rule 92. By a man's things shall you know him.
I think you've made that one up.
That's actually quite funny. In honour of the bravery of Andrew White, King's Philip's War, 1678, God bless the King.
An award given to a brave soldier. I believe we found Andrew's things.
So Andrew White fought Jericho. I'm sending this letter so that you will not worry about our situation. My parents welcomed us with open arms. My mother was so happy to see her grandchildren that she prepared a real feast. My father grumbled a bit, as he always does. He can't wait to get back to calm, but he is still very happy to have some help in the fields. He will never admit it, but he is proud of our two strong sons, Isaac and Abraham. Besides, Isaac and Abraham are quite happy to be back in Providence. They say that the rules are less harsh there, and I can only agree with them. I can't wait to come back to your side, my darling. I'm afraid of what might happen to you. I think it's high time we left New Eden for good. This town is cursed. I've always told you. I hope you're well and that your nightmares are not haunting you too much. Don't forget what the nurse gave you. Despite the distance, I continue to sing every night, hoping that my songs reach you and reassure you, as usual. I love you with all my heart, your wife, Karina White. Aww. To Private Andrew White of the Massachusetts Militia, under the orders of Lieutenant Pennington. White, bearing in mind your recent endeavour on the battlefield, on the advice of your lieutenant, you were promoted to a role commensurate with your skills. Henceforth you shall be a recruiting sergeant, responsible for ensuring the replenishment of our forces with well-trained men, initially to camp at Haverhill. Colonel Addard. Addendum. As we discussed, your health deteriorates, and the incident has not helped. You're a good man, White. Pennington. Incident.
This is our best lead yet. Maybe we missed something in the infirmary.
Maybe. After that, we might look for his train band record.
Interesting. Okay. There's something going on. Don't know what it is.
Pretty empty armory.
Looks like someone's been living in here.
It's a letter for William's family. Madam, though you do not know me and I not know you, I'm told by my commander officer that you are betrothed to a young Talbot Williams of the New Eden train band, a good man and brave. It is sad indeed that he is dead. On a sortie into the wilds in search of ammunition, young Williams and his comrades were beset by enemies most terrible. Alas, it pains me to tell you that they fell. We shall remember young Talbot as a man always quick to volunteer and never complaining, no matter the hardship imposed upon him for his service. There is not a soul in the train band who did not consider him a friend. Yours in our shared sorrow, Andrew White. He does sound like a good man. Does White, you know? It's clearly above me, but I'm going to look down here anyway.
Storeroom. Locked.
Interesting. I do love the interwovenness of some of these things. It's because it's from the same people as Vampire. It just has the same style. There we go. Captain Pennington's report about Flora Abbott. Miss Flora Abbott has joined the company to fight against the monsters. I'll take every hand I can get. The steadier the better. Miss Abbott, having demonstrated that her hand is steadier than any man's by shooting a thimble on a post from a full 200 paces, is hereby contracted to the train band. Those who would complain, Theodore Shepard, principal among them, can go to hell. Fair enough. Captain Pennington's report about Theodore Shepard. Theodore Shepard is contracted to the train band, a veteran of King Philip's War. He is the finest shot I've ever seen. Less admirable is his arrogance, but I suspect the two come hand in glove. Yeah, it's exactly what I thought about him. Captain Pennington's report about Anne Wings. A note to them as it reads it. Nurse Anne Wings is as fine a nurse as one could want. Born to the trade, she is invaluable. I do not know how the sick and injured would fare without her. Neither do I know how she would fare without the sick and injured. That's interesting. There we go. Captain Pennington's report about Andrew White. 8th of June, 1677. Last morning I took 12 men and rode out from Portsmouth in search of an attachment from the Plymouth militia, late arriving after a 3-day mission of patrol. A half-day's ride north, we came across their remains, only one survivor. As he recounted the details of the Indian ambush their attachment faced, I was impressed by the fortitude of this young private. Andrew White is a promising and devilishly robust soldier, and shall join the Massachusetts militia under my command. He shall also be accordingly rewarded for his bravery.
A metal trinket to mark a life of sacrifice. I bet he'd rather have his sleep back.
Can't change what's done. Time heals all, or so I'm told. Any idea who this ghost might be?
His buddies,
They
I
know a
bet.
soldier by his trail of dead. Could be anyone.
Captain Pennington's report about Helen Priest. In case of trouble and or strife, may this report correct any error in the record. Mrs. Helen Priest is a woman of the highest value. Combative and capable, the fort does well with her present. It would do better without. For all her capacities, she lacks the most basic loyalty. Interesting. Captain Pennington's report about Cotton Peabody. Cotton Peabody may like me, but I do not like him. As long as he does his work and keeps his nose clean and his mouth shut, he'll have no trouble. But I'm suspicious of his nature and shall be watching. Interesting. Interesting. Captain Pennington's report about Sebastian Priest. Sebastian Priest is promoted and shall serve as my lieutenant. The ceremony was simple but joyful. Priest's wife, impressive despite their recent loss, assured me her husband shall not disappoint. Good. I need a strong officer to organise the quarantine to come. He promoted him and then let him die. Are you kidding? Wow. That's dark. On time. Cool. Notes about the patient, Andrew White. The patient's nightmares have increased in intensity. He is very anxious and skips meals. The departure of the children from New Eden and thus Private White's family has caused him terrible insomnia. The patient gradually regains sleep. The mixture of certain herbs seems to help a little with sleep. Fewer nightmares. The patient is, however, more anxious. He does not want to talk about the man he sees in his dreams. Private White spends some nights in the infirmary. He starts to be affected by dementia. However, this does not last more than half an hour. The patient is calmed down but still lacks sleep. However, he speaks of shadows and figures appearing sometimes at night when he is not sleeping. The anxious deliriums are much more recurrent. He sleeps very little. Something seems to have awakened old, painful memories. Private White does not dare talk about it, but he seems to recognise the figure that stalks his nightmares.
13 years is a long time to live haunted.
White must have a will of iron.
Kept it to himself. Must have been hellish. I'll talk to Andrew. Might perk him up a bit.
Interesting.
You should have had your breakfast, friend. Anyway, greetings.
What just happened? Did you come to talk to me?
Back already?
Too soon. We don't have the full picture yet.
Okay.
I'll take my leave of you, Flora.
I'll not stop you.
His uniform was weathered and worn by years of war, and also at his heart is he. Soldier's nostalgia. Andrew White hallucinates. Really? Is that what he does?
I'm Antea Duarte. This here is Red McWraith. We're Banishers. Now, who are you and what do you want? Are you the ghost haunting Andrew White?
He did his
Is
tongue
that a
cut
yes
out.
or a no?
He had his tongue cut out.
Who are you?
He had his eye put out.
This isn't gonna be easy, is it?
And he had his tongue cut out.
Mute ghosts take forever.
This is pointless. We're hunting in the dark with no light and no spoor.
First, you have to find out what's keeping him from speaking. Andrew won't be much help. But if our friend here can't tell us what he wants, maybe he can show us. Do you want us to follow you? I think he wants us to follow him. He left stains. Clever. I'll keep an eye out so we don't lose them. This way. I'm reminded of one of my first cases. The ghost was mute because the person haunted refused to talk.
So this one is mute because of Andrew.
I don't know. Maybe.
Hey, Ruslan, how you doing? They're currently hunting down a ghost stain, which sounds weird, but it's true. It's a haunting, and I don't know what from. Oh, we're going to the Dark Woods. Who names places the Dark Woods? The Forest of Death and Blood, really? Wait, what? What's here? Why is he here? Okay. Thanks, Russ. I'm thoroughly enjoying this game.
Here. The ghost haunting Andrew seems weak. Drawing out the torture the better to enjoy it? Or holding itself back, afraid to feed too much?
If mine had been so kind, maybe I'd have slept night. I'm jealous.
Don't be. These ones are the worst. Years withering, decades even. It's an awful way to go.
Okay. Which way?
They're vexed now.
Down, boy.
friend the ghost could have shown us a safer route.
Or he's just playing with us. Our new friend is waiting for us.
Which way? Not that way, there's wisps down there, which means... Oh, look at that. Okay.
Spectral writing on the wall. See for yourself.
Joshua Gouge, gone too soon.
What's it going to say? Joshua Gouge outstayed his welcome.
Yeah, funny. I never blamed you, my friend.
So Joshua is not here for revenge. The ghost has something to show us.
Yeah, I want to read the rest of them. You must abide. Forgive yourself, mate. You must not give up. Be strong for me. You must live. Courage, my friend. Oh God, what happened? Key to the big manor stolen effects. Wait, what? What's stolen effects? Key found in the northern parts of the Frozen Canyon. Key to the Bly Manor stone. Okay. What's this?
Over here.
Ow. Be banished.
Back down to hell!
Joshua looks kindly on Andrew. What were they to each other?
Brothers in arms, man. You never feel as close to a mate as when you fight by his side. You fight for the man beside you, not for money, not for a king. For your mate.
You have friends from the war. First I've heard of them.
They lost contact. Maybe when this is over, I'll look them up. Most young men are taught to dream of war. And when they get there, they dream of home. And they're not busy fighting and dying, that is.
Supposed to be going. Okay. I like I might have missed something. Let's go and have a look. Apparently not.
Wait, the stain is fading. The stain is fading.
I'll have to deal with that later.
Wait, the stain is fading.
It's like this spectral nest is just waiting for my intervention.
Come back to that later. So I don't want to die. I'm on a mission. It's finding on what's going on with him.
Our new friend is waiting for us. I'm losing the trail. Hold on.
I'm just picking up stuff. It's fine. Fear ye not. There it is. I've got rope for days. Whee!
I have another in sight.
Have some of that.
My youngest daughter has a terribly nasty cough. Do I pick up all the things? Or is it in front of me?
The stain is fading.
It's not that. What's this? Where's the ghost? Where's the ghost going? God, she sounds awful. The reason I didn't do that is because it just keeps manifesting, and every time you fight it, it gets harder, and I don't want to keep fighting it because it's going to get harder.
Look to me.
Okay. That went well.
The treasure must be hidden nearby. Wait, the stain is fading.
She's saying 3 different things at the same time. Oh, I found the treasure. 2,400 pieces of 8. Well done, me. You can hear them. What's going on? Okay. Don't need to go that way. Okay. Here we go.
The stain is fading.
I know the stain is fading. I'm just looking for stuff. All right, relax. You're sending me on a wild goose chase here.
The words of a ghost may resonate here.
Shite! To arms! To arms! They waylay us! The right flank! Hold them off! Josh, behind you! Good jump, blustering cone! Help me! Joshua! No!
He lost his best mate. An old pistol belonging to Andrew. This ties doused with the essence of its ghost. Once a closure has severed the ghost bonds to the world, this essence will be automatically consumed by Antia to make her stronger. Oh.
Nice to meet you again, Joshua.
You want us to help Andrew White give up his guilt and get on with his life. Am I right?
We know you died fighting by his side. Is that why he feels guilty? Is this why you can't speak? Well, I've been there. I'll do everything I can to help.
If help we can.
Only these two could talk to each other.
Andrew needs to start talking. As long as he swallows his guilt, nothing will change. There's a wall between these two, and we must knock it down.
I may be able to do that.
Brothers fall in the fight for freedom, forever in your debt. Ah, so we
Andrew
went.
failed to save his friend and blames himself for it.
Guilt is normal, but you must let it go.
I had claw marks on it.
None of this explains what binds the ghost here.
What's that? Can I shoot that? Yes, I can. I can't shoot that. I missed. There we go. So where are we going? Going this way. Here we go. We may get 2 ascents in this episode. How exciting. Go and talk to him, because this needs to be dealt with.
Good to see you living, sir. Keep it short. I'm on duty.
I don't usually bring it up, but I was a soldier too.
Thought as much. Where'd you fight?
Well, first I fought my way across half the Highlands. Later I'd fight wherever my paymaster sent me. Bavaria, Bohemia, Austria.
What's your war story then? We all have one.
In a tavern in Paris, with 3 of my comrades, a Turkman stood us drinks and offered us work, fighting for the Ottomans against the Viennese, and the Poles, the Prussians, and whoever else. And the pay was good. A villa each in Cyprus and slaves all of our own. I said I'd not have slaves and I'd not turn my coat. I will, said my friend Lucas. But I'll free the slaves. I shook his hand and wished him well. 9 months later, my band ambushed a Turkish emissary on escort to Venice. I found Lucas by the side of the road. I buried him where he fell.
Well, probably wasn't you that shot him, was it? Hard to know, I suppose. You know what never leaves? The smell. That sickening, coppery vapor rising as a man's life pools beneath him. For all those brave young boys we send off in search of glory, that stink is their rude awakening.
Easier to die with than live with, perhaps.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. But come. Blood soaks away. Let's not dwell upon the past and men long gone.
Funny you should say that.
You're not like this, but we must speak of Joshua.
Leave it be. In the past, where it belongs.
Your past is very much present. Your friend Joshua has a message for you.
He wants to take revenge. I know it.
You're no wrong. He wants to give you freedom. He never blamed you. You blamed yourself.
Why would he not seek revenge? He's due it.
He doesn't see it that way.
I shot him. I was trying to save him and I shot him.
Hold on. How did this happen?
We were skirmishing in the forest. 2 Indian fellas bore down on Joshua. Dropped one, but the other had him cold. I was 20 yards away. I raised my musket, pulled the trigger. Bullet went
Oh,
straight
it was an
through the
accident.
skull.
Oh, poor bastard.
Did you admit it later? I mean, no one would have thought the worst of you. A battle like that, well, so it happens.
Shite happens to shite soldiers. I said nothing. I wanted it over. I want it over. I don't want to live. I want to die. Please.
God, no, I can't do that.
Put me
He
out
shot
of
his
my
best
misery.
mate by mistake. And the guilt.
What is it with you people wanting to die? Deadly serious now. You sure this is what you want? You're in no doubt.
I'm certain. I can take it no more and do not want to.
Jesus.
No. You survived. Now you must live.
Joshua? Is that you? It cannot be. I saw you dead.
It is, old friend. I've tried for the longest time to speak to you, but your guilt took my voice. You must live in peace.
I have done the right. I shot you. I was sure my aim was good, but it was not. I shot you.
It was an accident, Andrew. You tried to save me. You failed, but you may make amends. Until you give yourself peace, I cannot have mine. Save me, Andrew, save me. Give yourself peace and save me.
Joshua, you have spoken. Andrew, you've heard. It's time to end the story.
He needs to be released. No question.
Joshua Gouge, you've lingered in silence for too long. You can go.
I can. Thank you, Banishers. Thank you, Andrew.
Time to say goodbye, boys.
I'm sorry, my friend. I've carried the weight of your death as far as I can.
This game's
The debt,
great.
if any, is paid. Live your life.
Farewell, Joshua. You've done your duty and more.
Farewell, old friend.
Oh.
Go in peace.
It hadn't had his tongue cut out. It was a fact of the haunting. Poor bloke. Shot his best mate, trying to save his life. Ah. Heartbreaking. Say now.
I'm good for nothing after that. Thanks for your help. I'll not forget it.
His accidental battlefield shooting of his friend Joshua Gage haunts veterans. Yeah. What did you say? Let's have a look.
Don't you have any ghosts to chase?
Yeah, that's true, I do. Out of my way.
Good day to you, Flora.
Good day to you.
I'll take my leave of you, Flora.
Hey, can you
I'm
get
not
out of my
stuck
way
here.
now? Okay, we've switched places. This is good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what a way to end. What a way to end. That is the end of today's stream. I'll be back playing Banishers next Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Do come and say hello. Thank you ever so much for hanging out with me. It's been good fun. It's been a long stream for me. I need to feed children and things. So I will say farewell. Do have a lovely rest of your Sunday. And stay safe and have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be playing World of Warships Legends at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow evening, or Monday evening. Do come along if you want a bit of that. Otherwise, I will see you very, very soon. Take care. Ta-ra. Bye.